Welcome to No Border Blues with Johnny Bergen and Stephanie Tice, a podcast about international blues artists you should know about and the sometimes surprising hidden blues scenes around the world. Johnny is a Delmark recording artist who regularly tours and collaborates with international blues players. And Stephanie recently produced the No Border Blues Japan CD, the first American compilation of the underground Japanese blues scene. This show is sponsored by Chicago Blues Network, bringing Chicago blues to the world.
Okay, we have Little Hat from the Netherlands. Today, they are Rockin, Sleazy, and Electrified.
are free. Oh, baby, not gonna help you. Please try to understand. My weapon's gonna prove I am a better man. Baby, I'm not gonna have you. Please try to understand. My weapon's gonna prove I am a better man.
Welcome to No Border Blues. Today we have a great band from the Netherlands called Little Hat. Little Hat is the name of the band, not the name of any one individual in the band. And they have a great new record out, produced by another interviewee of No Border Blues, Little Victor, Wine, Whiskey, and Women, which is WIMMEN. And
Exactly.
I'm thrilled to have them here and chat with them about their approach to the blues. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us about your new record. Let's start with the present. Talking about the trio setting, and so few bands do that. I didn't know about the Rick Holstrom record. Sometimes you have to talk to a band from the Netherlands to learn more about the blues.
I guess so.
Another thing that's unique about you guys is that you're the most intergenerational band that I know. Willem, you just had a big birthday. Congratulations. And Makiel, we're about the same age, and Paolo, the drummer, is in his 20s. So
you could say from my perspective, it's almost like going to a gig with my uncle and my grandpa. And it's something I've always spoken openly about. So if y'all are going to say I never said it before, that's not true.
I've always spoken. Oh, you've never called me your uncle. You were calling Will your uncle. I don't know, man,
Well,
but
now you became an uncle.
This right now.
So
you told me this before. I don't know.
You're twisting my words, man.
Just called me your uncle, man. I'm 36.
Oh wow. Okay. So Willem, I know that you're one of the first blues guitarists in the Netherlands. You had a successful band called the Groove Tones, and you've been around for a long time.
You make me tired.
Well, how do you feel about being in this band with these whippersnappers here?
You know, I think I guess one of the best ways to survive in that respect is to keep rejuvenating yourself. So the younger they are that I can play with, the better it is for me, I guess. It's not only a case of playing with people that are better than you are. Also also younger than you are. You see, that's how you get along. You get better.
So you're still working on your craft, and you feel like you're trying to get better, and this is all part of a process of that, huh?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It is probably a good formula to play with people that are younger than you. It's certainly a good formula to play with people that are better than you. So for the rest, you just gotta keep breathing.
That's what Lazy Lester said when they asked him, "You've done this for so long, how do you keep going?" He just said, "Don't die."
There you are.
Well, I love your style. And you guys have such a very focused vintage sound and a vintage style. Tell us a bit about your guitar and your amp, if you don't mind.
The guitars, of course, with the coming of the internet and eBay, that opened up to us here in Europe a whole market of the available vintage guitars in America and amps as well, of course. I mean, we had some over here, but the access we got via eBay was incredible. So I actually had some money and I had a computer. So I started buying vintage stuff for myself. I mean, I'd done it via dealers beforehand, but on eBay it was much easier. So it was a great trip for me to try all these different guitars. And well, some of them got sold, and some I've been using to this day. And a lot of these old guitars were used for the same old recordings. And the rest, of course, is just is knowing how to play the music. That's part of your development as a musician. And but besides that, it's a hell of a lot of fun as well, of course.
Right.
I must say, I mean, at the same time, using all these old amps, I've been using for the last 6, 7, 8 years, I guess now. I've got a quilter, which does the job admirably and saves my back as well. I mean, after lugging about super reverbs for 20, 25 years, you get fed up with that stuff. So this quilter is, I mean, I got a hold of one because of guys like Nathan James and James Harmon putting their films on YouTube about them. And at some point, I just thought, well, I'm just going to order one and try it out. And I've never looked back, actually. So I can recommend them to any working musician. They really do the job.
That's great. And how do you like being not just the only guitarist, but like you're the only person in that whole range? I mean, do you sometimes like wish you had something underneath to play a solo, or are you happy? How does it make you feel?
It gives you an incredible amount of freedom. The structure is something you decide, actually. I mean, you're putting down the chords. If chords are important, you're putting down the chords. You're making quite a large part of the rhythm. You can fill in bass parts if you want to. And basically, I approach it the same as if you approach pre-war country blues. Those guys were actually creating a complete band under their vocals. And that's what I try to do in this trio. Hence, again, the idea of creating a one-man band with 3 people.
Wow.
The only thing Willem has to do is just be on time with my timing. And most of the time, I'm running after him when the rules have to be the other way around. He has to run after me.
I tried to explain what I was trying to do, Paul.
You were trying.
I could tell you guys really love to play together, and it really shows. And that's part of why, like, you have that special energy. And you said earlier, Makiel, that you're not like violent, aggressive kind of guys off stage, but you go to a special place when you play together. And
Yeah,
and what is the audience reaction to your shows?
it's really good actually. Usually, the funny thing is, I for the first couple of times I didn't really know what to expect, because people like their bass player usually. People don't like to see things that they have preconceptions about. So they'll come to a show if they see there's no bass player, and even before the show, I usually hear people saying, "Well, this is not going to be my thing," because they don't have a bass player, even before they've heard us. And all these things were, of course, running through my mind. And you have to understand, we were coming from a band with 5 people.
Right.
So that gives you a pretty big set of options to do,
Sure.
And with a trio, you have much less options to do. But the funny thing is that the reaction of the crowd is usually much better when we play as a trio than as a quintet. Really weird. I don't know why. Probably that energy. I guess we just really mix well together, just the 3 of us. Maybe because it's simpler. What was happening in my mind was that I was trying to think for everybody in the band. I mean, not that it was necessary, but that's what was going on in my mind, because I was getting very nervous about is everything working out okay. And because Paolo and Willem just gel so well together behind me, I don't have to think about what they're doing. We just go, really. When we start playing, I can just do whatever, and it's great. And I guess that energy really transfers to the audience, I think. So, like, I'll give you a short answer
No.
to your question. Yeah, it's I think it's actually better as a trio. Yeah.
And I suppose for every person who goes, "Oh, where's your bass player?" or "You guys used to have 5 people," or "This isn't Stackhouse," or whatever, there's probably 10 people who are like, "Oh, let's see what these guys sound like." I mean, they're
exactly.
just open-minded.
Exactly. Yeah, and I have to say that a lot more young people like the music than I thought they would have. We played on. We did a stint on a string of lifestyle markets.
Oh, really?
What the hell is a blues band gonna do on a lifestyle market?
I'm
It
not
worked,
sure.
man.
What do you mean by a lifestyle market?
So people who did crafting, who were selling crafting, and they had these fancy coffee bars, and and a DJ, and it was just like
the DJ. I forgot about that.
right, yeah, the
Yeah.
DJ. So it was
Yeah.
a really weird situation. It was like
Yeah.
usually these really slick bands show up for not even a band. It's usually just a DJ. But if there's gonna be a band, it's either a singer-songwriter or a very slick pop band, and they asked us, and we were like, well, sure, let's do it. Let's see what happens. And I really didn't expect anything of it, but people were really, really enthusiastic about it. And these were not blues lovers. So
Do you
really
remember
cool.
that? Do you all remember that gig in Rotterdam at in the old biscuit factory?
A biscuit factory.
A biscuit factory. Yeah.
It was this. It was sort of a hall, and we did a sound check. And you saw people looking like, what the f is going on here? And after a couple songs, they turned around. They were smiling. People were dancing. And I was like, oh, never thought that would happen.
Nope. And this was one of the
Yeah,
first shows.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
one of the first shows with the Swan Market. And after that, they kept asking if we want to do more. And we did one in Antwerp in Belgium.
Yeah.
That was really great too.
Man.
People were sitting on the bars were open, of course, and people were walking by. It was a really busy street, and people would just stop and listen to music and dance. It was pretty great. You wouldn't.
The main
you
market
wouldn't-
square of Antwerp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. You know, it seems like you guys would be a great fit for rockabilly festivals and that kind of thing, even though your repertoire isn't rockabilly. But I think rockabilly fans would appreciate the attitude.
Mm-hmm. The energy too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully that'll happen once things start up
Right.
again. Hopefully
Right.
they'll start booking us. Yeah, that would be great. Would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that people are responding in that way, especially people who are sort of outside the blues tent, you know, and here you are playing like some of the deepest blues artists in the most authentic way that you possibly can. That
Mhm.
is a big signal that you're doing something right.
As long as
That's what
people
we thought.
dance, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As
Tell
long
us-
as
People- as
everybody
long
has
as people
a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you notice that they feel what you're trying to do, you know, that's I think the essence of playing blues music, trying to convey like just a deep feeling, and that can be a happy feeling or a sad feeling, doesn't matter, but conveying a feel, and once you see that people feel what you get, I think that's when you're on the right track.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's not about always that your wife left you, that she cheated on you, or that your car broke down, or you don't have any money. It's also what did you say? What? What's all of the above? Yes, but you can dance to it too.
That's true. Now, I know a lot, most of your repertoire is kind of like blues, super deep cuts, but are you guys going to start doing some of your own tunes, because you have such a chemistry together? It's just sitting right there for you.
Maybe
Would be
time will
great.
tell. Maybe we
I will
already
tell
started.
a little hat.
Yeah.
Would be great. Yeah. I mean, if we sell enough records, hint, folks at home,
Yes.
we'll make another. They can buy it on our website, littlehatchband.com.
That's right.
So, yeah,
That's
please
great
do
to
go
know.
there and buy
Yes.
yourself one of our CDs, or buy two. Buy one for a friend.
Yeah, it is definitely, I mean, it's a great record, and it's a lot of fun. So,
Thank
Let's-
you so much.
yeah, you guys made my day. And tell us just a little bit about your videos, because you really have done some great videos to kind of get your songs out there and let people know about you.
That's all
Thanks.
Michiel's magic.
Yeah, man, I started fiddling around with video editing software years ago, and then at some point we were doing the new Stackhouse album, and I thought, well, maybe I can do a little video for that, and that turned out as Juicy Lucy, the single we did for the last Stackhouse album, which worked out great. And then when we were doing this, I thought, well, I want to be able to promote this thing, because we're not going to be able to do shows at all. I want to have that that music video thing, you know. So that's when we did Klime, and we did 3 other songs in a local theater. And what I was trying to do with that was just give people a feel of what it was like to be at a Little Hat show, you know, to be able to convey a kind of a live feel and get people connected to our music.
It's got a great look to it, and it captures the attitude and the energy. So
Yeah.
I really
Well, that's what
enjoy
we're
that.
trying to do. Yeah. And not a lot of people are doing it in the blues world, so it was kind of a niche thing to maybe add to what we were doing.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to say to your fans?
Thank you so much for everything, and we've gotten so many great responses from all over the world, from Japan to the US. Really, it's so awesome. Thank you very much.
If you guys come to the United States, I'm going to do everything I can for you.
Thank you so much. That would be awesome. Yeah, we would love that. Yeah.
We'd love to come play for you as soon as we can.
You bet. I think that, people crave that simplicity and that drive in music. Like, I mean, the most popular biggest selling blues artist of all time has got to be Jimmy Reed. And I think like one of the most loved blues guys is Elmore James. And it's just like, you can't get more meat and potatoes than that.
Exactly.
And it's like people just crave just the good stuff. It actually does something to your brain, I think. Like it's a dopamine response.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. And that's kind of what the trio format basically forced us to do, to just focus on just the basics, And in my harmonica, I'm not doing anything fancy, just focusing on staying in the groove, helping the band out. I'm doing what a guitar player usually does, in trying to fill in the gaps and trying to, get the music moving forward, I think is what makes it work. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that because there's such an accent in the blues scene on virtuosity and on like songs that'll sort of get played on rock radio or something. And like you guys are going in completely the opposite direction, and it sounds like $1,000,000,
Yeah. And I have to, one thing I did totally forget to say, that I have to say that Little Victor's help in this, we couldn't have done this without his influence. I mean, this started at the very start in helping us think about how to sound as full as possible as a 3-piece band. He was helping us from the very, very early starts, giving us hints, giving us tips, and also, I mean, the sound that he gave to this album is 50% of what we're doing. So very big kudos to Little Victor, if that wasn't clear yet. Yeah.
I'm a huge Little Victor fan. He's a great producer, and this was definitely a match made in heaven. It was definitely the right match.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If Victor is seeing this, I'm hoping that Victor sees this. I'm trying to play traditional grip. I'm trying to play traditional grip. I'm trying.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And Willem, I love your guitar playing. Michael, you're a great harp player, and
thank you.
You have a really strong tone all the way through. It's totally musical. Paolo, taking care of business back there.
We'll do.
You guys are doing real good. And
the right foot bass player.
Okay. And see you in Europe.
See you in Europe. See you when I see you.
In better days. See you in better days.
Yeah, man.
All right.
See you later. Right. Thank you very much.
You bet.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
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 This has been No Border Blues with Johnny Bergen and Stephanie Tice.